So here is the censorship that we're talking about. PayPal, you know how PayPal shuts down people they don't agree with politically. They shut down the African White House Reporters News Service, and because they didn't like that he was being rude to the president's press secretary. Now they're taking away Free Speech Union. Financial services being withdrawn from people is the new battlefront in the ongoing war against free speech. So you shouldn't be able to do this. So that's like, hey, to say they don't like the Free Speech Union. Now, I don't know who the hell they are. I don't care. Do you know who the Free Speech Union is? Doesn't matter to me.
I don't.
Doesn't even matter to me. I don't care what they're doing. The answer to bad speech isn't censorship. The answer to bad speech is good speech. And so make your own feelings known about submitting a complaint about UK's PayPal's actions here. So they took away the free. Look up the Free Speech Union. Who are they? Okay. What did they do?
But it doesn't matter. You're right. It doesn't matter who it is. There was people who, after January 6th, like YouTubers, who were banned from everywhere, but also had their bank accounts, in some cases, bank accounts with $500,000 in it, frozen by major banking companies, by major banks across the United States. It's crazy.
All right. The free speech that we have is, I have Free Speech Union is a UK-based organization which advocates freedom of speech. The group was established on the 24th of February, 2020 by British columnist Toby Young.
And who is he?
He's a journalist. Toby Young is a British journalist and former director of the New School Network, a free schools charity. In addition to being the founder and general secretary of the Free Speech Union, he is an associate editor of The Spectator and the editor of The Daily Skeptic.
Oh, Spectator. Okay. So it seems like they're right wing, a mass membership organization dedicated to upholding free speech. If you'd like to join, go here and give us some money for free speech. I like this. This is why we Bitcoin. So I think, do you think Bitcoin is an answer to stuff like this, Jackson?
There's a lot of countries, a lot of governments and companies in countries that are adversarial to the United States that are starting to use cryptocurrencies to
trade internationally,
subvert U.S. sanctions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, when the West froze Russia's money, which I'm pretty sure they did, I think that's the end of our the U.S. dollar, I think, being the reserve currency of the world. I think that started the ball rolling. And now we're going to get rid of the petrodollar. Now they're selling oil in other denominations besides U.S. greenbacks. So let's see what else. So it's time to bring something up. PayPal is a weird company. It operates as a bank, exchanges and extors currency all over the globe, works as a payment processor. But it's not bound by banking laws or classified as a bank like anyone else doing the same service would. Why aren't they classified as a bank? Maybe because they have billionaire money to switch the laws in Congress for them, so they're not a bank? Oh, here it is. Here's another one. Here's some more censorship. Breaking, we have just been banned from Venmo and PayPal within minutes of each other for violating their user agreement. We are an organization that consists entirely of gay people whose only mission is to safeguard children from abuse. Woke homophobia is real. So, and then they go on to say, and more importantly than the woke homophobia is the fact that more and more companies are coming out in full support of the sexualization, indoctrination, and medicalization of minors. They will soon regret this unprecedented decision. Stay tuned. So I'm guessing, so a gay's against, and they're not even allowed, I guess, to use that word anymore? Are you not allowed to use the word groomer?
I think they just want to maybe protect themselves in case.
They're against it, though.
Yeah.
That should be positive. Anyway, so apparently Venmo is pulling their money because they're against groomers? That seems silly. Glenn Greenwald, gay, he says it makes no difference what you think of this group. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
If you, as Noam Chomsky said, if you're not for freedom of speech of the person who you hate the most, who disgusts you, then you're not for freedom of speech. It's not the speech you like that needs protecting. It's the speech that makes you crazy that needs protecting. It makes no difference what you think of this group. What you're seeing here is the new and much more alarming frontier of corporate censorship. Banishment from the financial system for having the wrong ideology. Trudeau's freezing of protesters' bank accounts previewed this, yes. And nobody, except a few people, like people at this show, were against that Trudeau freezing bank accounts of protesters of the truckers in Canada. We spoke out against it. Very few others did. So here it is. Let me see if I can read what Venmo. Did you see anything on? What does Venmo say?
It's the same thing they sent to me.
Hello, gays against groomers. We have recently reviewed your usage of Venmo services and
as reflected in
our record. Due to the nature of your activities, we have chosen to discontinue. So that's not how it's supposed to work in the United States. The phone company can't take away my phone if they don't like what I'm saying on the phone. That's not how it's supposed to work. The internet providers are not supposed to be able to block my internet because they don't like the websites I'm going to. That's not how this is supposed to work.
And Jimmy, the gays accounts, they lost their Gmail as well. Gmail removed their email access, which is something I haven't seen done before. We've seen the banks freeze January 6 protesters' accounts and all their income. We've seen Venmo and PayPal go after people. We've seen the social media accounts go after people. But now Gmail, Google's coming in and taking people's emails away.
Wow. And this was all cheered on by everybody at the Young Turks when I was there. They were all for it. I was the only one against this. And I'm sure they're all still for this, right? I mean, I haven't heard them come out against. I mean,
like I said, yesterday they reiterated their support for online censorship.
They did? What'd they say again?
They were coming after me because I was saying that we should have free speech on the internet.
And what did they say?
They said that that's a right-wing ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are right-wing, and now and you're not even to the left of right-wingers. They're pro-censorship. Hey, if that's the kind of lefty you want to be, a pro-censorship lefty, news for you, you're not on the left. And B, you're going to let Ben Shapiro out-left you. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Free speech is a right-wing issue. Nobody's that. You got to hit your head harder. They are the woodpeckers of YouTube. They just bash their fucking head against a post about 1 million times, and then they go do the news. That we should call them the woodpeckers. Because that's what's happening. They knock any sense they have in their head out. They just bang it. Of course, they're looking for food. And holy
Drink definitely is.
Oh. All right, over to Steph.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. I wanted to point out really quickly, when you were talking about what happened in Texas and the court held it up, the president, Matt Schuer of the Computer and Communications Industry Association, he commented and said, "We strongly disagree with the court's decision," no kidding, "forcing private companies to give equal treatment to all viewpoints on their platforms, places foreign propaganda and extremism on equal footing with decent internet users.
Who decides who's decent?
And places Americans at risk." It goes on. NetChoice and CCIA have argued that the First Amendment protects social media platforms' ability to curate content, much like a newspaper does.
Virginia Beach, Richmond, Arlington, San Jose, Miami, West Palm Beach. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets and become a premium member while you're there.